Adding colors and stroke to a selection. Now let's see, except cropping images, we can add colors and stroke to our selections. Let's try the rectangle marquee tool. First I will draw a rectangle, and if I will right click, I will have fill and stroke options. Now you can select the fill, pick a color, and click OK. Now what will happen is that it will add it to the background, and that means that you can't use the move tool to just move the rectangle or resize it. That means that before we draw or adding any color, let's go back. Before drawing and adding color, we will have to go to the layers panel and create a new layer. So we have the plus here, create new layer. You can also go to the menu, layer, new, and layer. Let's do it with a shortcut, create new layer. Now I have a new layer. Make sure the new layer is selected. And now I can go and select, create a rectangle, right click, fill, and add the color. You have black, 50%, gray, white, or any color you like from the color picker. And then click OK. Control Command D to deselect. Now in the new layer, I can just move it around the document. Control Command T, resize it, rotate. Now we had the shapes to create simple layers, but with ellipse or rectangle you can also subtract or add to selection like we did before, creating a rectangle, holding the shift, create another layer. So each time you draw, you create a new layer. Right click and fill it with a different color, like color. Click OK and Control Command D. Now you can also add feather to these shapes. For example, I'm creating an ellipse with a new layer. First I will try the feather, and then I will go back to fill and color. Now another option that we have with the selection is to add a stroke. I will create again a new layer. Let's try something. Create a number. So I'm holding the Alt to subtract. You can hold the Shift and add more to the selection. Right click, and instead of fill color, I will pick the stroke color. Now with the stroke color you can have the width, let's try 5 pixels, and decide if it will be in the center, inside, or outside. Depends on the width of the stroke, so we can try 10 inside and keep the blending as is, normal with 100%. I will click OK and Control Command D to deselect, and now you can see, we will zoom in, that we have the stroke in our selection. And again, if it's in a new layer, just make sure you hold it. You hold the stroke, because here it's transparent. Hold the stroke to move it around the document.